Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fourth episode of BarCast. My name's Chris Phillips. I'm here with my co-host, Mark Chappel.
Hello, folks.
So I hope everyone's doing well, and the summer has been hot, hot, hot.
Oh, of course. Perfect weather for shorts. I made a mistake of wearing jeans, which is not pleasant for a good walk.
I have to wear them for work, so I know that pain.
Oh, God, yeah. So, folks, obviously, I'm hoping everyone is doing well for lockdown. I have noticed I've personally changed during the lockdown topic. How I come forward to people is different. Obviously, through social media, I am talking with people still, but I do slightly miss the one-on-ones that I have with people.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
feel that.
Yeah, I mean, like where you see like everyone like day to day, just on passing, you could like say hello. But what I've noticed is, like when you wear the face mask when you go out,
Yeah.
and how body language is. But
Oh,
what's
yeah.
so important is how people read your lips to hear what you're saying. But obviously with a mask, as it's covering the whole thing, you can't always see. So sometimes you pick up the lip movements for words that sound very similar, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like
Because
blurs and puzz and that sort of
yeah,
thing.
and if like they're speaking to you verbally, because that's the problem like, with the mask going, and sometimes obviously you can see muffled through the mask. So it's not as easy to do. Obviously, people have been able to like meet up on occasion, obviously being quite far apart in small, very small groups.
Yeah, social distance and the like.
Yeah, which has not been too bad.
No.
Because I always come better over. I can say what I want to say in voice more than I can type it.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. And I have to say, there's been a particular person I've been talking to lately that I struggle to convey what I'm saying properly because
Yeah, I see.
I rely a lot on my vocals and
It's a
my
lot of
tone.
tone as well.
Yeah, I'm quite tonal the way I talk.
Hmm.
I believe I touched on this on like the first podcast.
Yeah.
But this particular person has
Hmm.
really, I feel like, attacked my mannerisms in the way I talk to people
Oh,
online.
okay.
Like, he said I'm too formal, it's dispassionate, it's cold. I'm just like, but that's the way I talk. I
I mean,
do
that's very.
talk formally because that's how I was brought up.
Hmm.
Um, but because you're seeing it written on a page, and
Yeah.
I focus a lot on punctuation because I need pauses,
Hmm.
you know, and my English lessons were taught to use proper punctuation and proper pronunciation.
Which I understand because obviously you do want to seem formal, so you get in your message across. Whereas if you play it in a certain way, sometimes your messages don't go over. I mean, I'm very formal in the ways of emails because people want to know the information, and then if they want it casually, they can always come see me.
Exactly, but he goes, they mentioned the fact that because I message so formally, they never know whether I want them to like meet up with them or not. I'm just like, I say, would you like to meet up on such and such a date during this time because I have
Hmm.
time free and I would like to see you, which I believe is a valid way of messaging someone.
Yeah, because I mean, if you were going to seem cold or you wasn't likely and there were interference, you would just almost open the message, see them on red, and then just ignore it. I
Yeah,
mean, you wouldn't be willing to put the effort in writing, say, a couple of lines if they were annoying you. Because I know as much as it is, but you wouldn't need the need unless you wanted to.
exactly. And I honestly, and I've messaged this person a few times over the past few months because
Hmm.
it's like talking to the same people over and over again,
Hmm.
especially where I can't see them in person. I've messaged them more, but it's giving me a slight anxiety that am I bothering them? But so I,
Hmm.
on the odd occasion, I would message this person, and every time he goes, "Oh, I must talk to you about the way you speak to me because it's so formal. It gives me anxiety." I went, but how? I'm I don't understand.
Yeah, I get that.
Logical.
Yeah, because if you're writing to anyone, you can't unless you really put in like massive hints in how you would speak. But sometimes people can get annoyed by that because then they can't tell if you're being sarcastic or too pandering. Because obviously, if you are formal, there's different ways to being formal. There's
Yeah.
being like straight to the point,
Yeah.
or there's getting your message across in a way where you want them to know everything without being like straight there. Because I mean, I can be very, very blunt with what I'm doing, and it's like maybe one line to say what I could say in two, but that would be more calming. Whereas when I'm blunt, I'm pretty straight to the point,
Mm.
and I would come across harsh.
Yeah, I always feel like if I'm blunt, I'm being rude. And
Hmm.
but when I'm being formal, I'm being polite and courteous.
Yeah, which I
I'm
fully
giving the
understand.
people the respect I believe they deserve. And yeah, if I'm talking to someone I'm really close to, I will drop the grammar
Hmm.
because they know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah.
Like you, Talia, Scott, I don't have to be so formal
Hmm.
because my message just gets there. But for
Yes.
the people I'm not as close to who don't know how my mannerisms work,
Hmm.
I need that formality.
Yeah.
And it
I fully
helps
understand
me
that.
get closer to people until the point they know me where I can stop the formality.
Yeah, I mean that is the problem that we have in this day and age at the moment in this year because you can't see as many people as you would on a daily basis because of the health concern. So you try and limit, but you also do want to talk. And the problem is if they then feel like offended when you weren't trying to be, and then the anxiety of both you would then increase because then you feel like have I done something wrong? Whereas originally what you did was innocent and how you come over as yeah any messages that we've had has been formal when we're getting to the point and then we do have our lightheartedness afterwards but because
Exactly.
I know you personally so I know how you come across
Exactly. But when we're organizing bar chat stuff, I am formal because I know this is important.
yeah
If
and
we're just talking manga, the formalities are gone. But
oh yeah
because this is something I care about and I know you care about it,
mm,
um, I put the effort in.
yeah because I mean like half our conversations when it is I'm writing more than what I do because half the time it's usually like a gif or a meme or something that gets my message pretty much across
Yeah, yeah, we talk in memes,
yeah
which
uh,
that allows me to be informal, but I'm not at the point of like communication with this person to do that.
mm. Hello everybody. So I've got a brilliant topic. Everyone knows that I love Marvel to pieces, over
Yeah,
DC and
don't you
Marvel.
just?
Yeah. And what I wanted to say is some of my favourite characters.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about your favorites.
Now, I am more liking the not just the heroes, but the villains and the anti-heroes. So one of my top would have to be Venom.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I mean we've seen the movie and I know like through the comics and it's like how they appear and what they do because you can take it through one point where it's okay what he's doing is bad but at the same time it's not but it's its own justice in a world so corrupted and how you know like how he survives in the movie because that's I'm only going to keep it to the movie I won't move it to the comics just yet that's a whole different domain
Yeah, we're saving comics for Barbara rules.
yeah and obviously you know in the film he eats live he can't eat something that's dead but he has to eat it alive so all like the goons and everything eats it alive not sure how Eddie stomachs that afterwards or if it's two separate beings
I feel like it's two separate beings because Venom says hungry, but Eddie normally he's like, I'm alright. I could,
mm,
go for a bit of toast, but I'm not hungry.
yeah But I mean,
Venom's just like, feed me. So I think they're two separate beings when it comes to hunger.
what I love about it in that film was the bond that they grew from the start. So obviously they knew each other. Obviously, Venom, the symbiote, needed a host, and Eddie needed a reason, because obviously with how the movie went and his job was sided, he needed something to carry him on. But I just loved it from the middle near the end, because it came up where they were bonding so well, like talking to each other. I said, "Oh, you can jump, you can do this." And it's like, "No, you don't. I'm in the back, guys."
I also like where Eddie's at like top of a building and then Venom's just like, jump, do it. And then Eddie doesn't, he just goes, pussy. I'm just like, I just love how he calls his wimpy action out because Venom knows he can survive that jump.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sort of matches the whole Miles Morales scene in Into the Spider Verse, where he looks like he's going to jump off the side of the building and goes, "I'm going to take the stairs."
yeah. Oh, I love that. That was so good.
So, and I and I like
But
that relation,
I mean, if it was one thing to take over my body out of everything, it probably would be Venom, because it would be fun. And
providing
the
it
end,
a connection like Eddie and Venom, and not like a symbiote and a non-compatible host, because that would just kill us.
oh yeah, Carnage, without a doubt, no way. But yeah, with Venom. And then near the end, you find out Venom wasn't the best out of all of them.
No,
He
he
was
was sort
almost
of the outcast.
yeah. So it's kind of like relatable, where it's like you don't have to be normal, but it also means you can be strong. I mean, that's one reason why I do like Venom, because he's not bad, he's not good, he's in the middle, he's in the grey, and sometimes that is what the world needs.
Yeah, I can fully get that. Sometimes just being the best version of yourself, whether it's good or neutral, is fine.
Hmm.
Don't be the
Yeah.
best version of yourself if you're an arsehole, though. Just
Oh no,
stop being an arsehole.
no one's got time for that. Not in this day and age.
But yeah. Do you have any
But
other favorites, or are you just like Venom, or
oh, now ever since I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't know about the comics at the time. I just knew about the movie, and I absolutely fell in love with the duo Groot
and
and
Rocket?
Rocket.
I knew that was coming. I I have to agree. I love Groot. Like
Oh, is it the one tree army?
the One Tree Army. And honestly, I don't know if I prefer like Baby Groot or if I prefer Old Man Groot. That's what I'm gonna call him. Like he probably wasn't an old man, but Old Man Groot was such a kind soul.
Hmm, very compassionate and
Quite daft sometimes.
oh yeah,
Just
but
like
my
I
god, his
need
power.
that bit over there. A bit. And Groot just goes and gets it. And just like, hey, look what I got. And everyone's just like, well, we got to do this now.
Oh no, I loved it, and that's what I liked about Baby Groot and Teen Groot, because how they went. So you had Baby Groot that had no care in the world,
No self control either.
just
Just do
dancing
whatever the
around.
little one wanted.
But the one interesting thing was, I think it was the end of the first one. You know, like when he's a tree, like a sapling in the pot, and
Yeah.
he's like doing the little
Yeah,
dances.
that's the end credit scene, isn't it?
Yeah, and then when Drax looks at him, he stops.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about that, which not everybody knows about, but is very small, is because Groot knows that Drax wasn't a fan of dancing.
Yeah,
Drax
that's the
doesn't
one.
like it.
Yeah, Drax doesn't like dance. So,
Hmm.
out of respect for Drax, Groot wouldn't dance whilst Drax was watching. And
Yeah,
that is really sweet, considering that was literally a twig that
yeah.
regained its consciousness.
But it was just such a cool feature, and it's something that after you've seen the other films, you want to go back to see. I mean, everyone loves the after credits.
Yeah, and some of them are, they're just funny little clips.
Hmm.
Other just hold like a little drop or spoilerage for the next film, and it was just what you needed.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what also made Rocket such a compelling character, because I think it was the role where obviously Groot was like the Guardian, and then it's like now that Rocket is the Guardian of Baby Groot, so it's
Yeah.
all starting afresh.
Which is
But it
super.
was just so funny, Baby Groot, like had not a care in the world. He knew exactly what was going on.
Oh
He
yeah,
had the right means.
sure.
It was just the bomb scene that was priceless.
Okay, repeat after me. I am Groot. Yeah. I am Groot. Yeah. I am Groot. No! That's the button that's gonna kill everyone! Try again. I am Groot. I am Groot. No! Not that button! And it just takes it.
Ah,
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
oh, I loved it. And the little devil just ran off with the bomb once the fighting got intense.
And everyone's just like, we've just let off this child with the thing that's gonna kill us. Well, nice knowing you guys.
But it's like the main thing is like their origin, because in the film they've kept it so open. You could come up with any scenario you wanted where they eventually met. You could follow where they met up as convicts, or did they meet on a planet like some of the comics lead you to believe.
No.
But obviously I can talk about this forever. But what about you, Chris? How about your characters?
See, I wasn't actually expecting you to throw this back at me.
I'm good like this.
But obviously, yeah, I am a fan of Groot and Venom. I'm also a big fan of most of the cast of Into the Spider-Verse, but
Ah,
particularly Peter B. Parker. Basically, our Peter Parker, but the old like he's older. No, he's messed up a lot. He's clearly just had enough.
the one that's hit the rock.
Yeah, the one that's hit the rock, and I just I somehow relate to that
I get that. Yeah.
because at the age of 19 or 20, before I started any of my extra hobbies, I had the same routine day in, day out, day in, day out, and I was already getting tired of it.
Yeah.
And I was, my weight was going up, things weren't going well, like, mental state probably wasn't the healthiest it's been. And I just saw that
Yeah.
in this when you meet him, and then obviously Miles turned him back around to so he gave a damn again and he wanted to try again,
Yeah.
and that's sort of like how music has affected me.
So it's basically your spark that you
Yeah,
got.
yeah. So yeah, I like Miles. Gwen is great, but Peter B.
Maybe, yeah. The one and only, and the most, as you said, the most one we can relate to, because we've all had our stomp. We always have. And sometimes you do need, as you said, a hobby or someone there that you can bounce off of. And sometimes your experience, even at rough times, you can pass on to the next generation below us, because nothing's smooth sailings. As much as I work at sea, nothing goes always according to plan. You can never predict where the weather or time or whatever's going. But obviously that's what I loved as well. And I'm really pleased that they are working on the second one.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I hope they bring back Peter B because I just want to see how he's doing. Does he still have the gut?
But what's going to be interesting is if you remember at the end, they had the future one.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, won't we?
But obviously, that's movies, and that would be for another time.
Yes, it will.
Hello, folks. So, obviously, our Discord is growing, and it's really cool because we're getting such a range of people now, each with different likes, each with different nationalities, and it's brilliant. And I'm hoping more people who are listening that could join us. So we have got different channels up, like Arcade, where we talk about, and usually I'm on there. We've got a few others that hopefully, if you ever join us, you'll get to meet. Chris has been making contact in the art department, and obviously, if you've ever seen our social media or you followed his streams, he's been doing a lot of artwork, more than myself, which I used to do a lot of doodles.
Yeah, over the past, couple of months, I've been getting into sketching more, obviously, and I use my time as a streamer on a Thursday where I sketch, and
Hmm.
it's always a good social time. And as Mark was saying, our Discord doesn't just have drawing in the sketching area and the arcade area. We have political talk, which not a lot of people have gone in. We do have a political person in the Discord, so if
Yeah.
you ever want to talk politics, there is a space for you.
Hmm.
There's the jukebox where we can talk songs, and there's just a general bar area for just general chit chat. It's
And,
just
and it's so good because everybody is bringing something new and something interesting, and we can bounce ideas off each other. Like the artwork's growing from where Chris has been doing his sketches and uploaded what he's worked on, how it's finishing, and we can ask him questions and different ways we improve. And we've got another member that looks like he does more cartoonish work, and
yeah.
he's bringing that in.
He does
And
more digital art, whereas
hmm,
I do more classic, pencil and paper.
yeah,
Yeah,
myself, I'm like more sketches and like pen. So
yeah, you're
you,
like me.
yeah, I'm basically like you. We'll just sketch anywhere and see what we can find. But it's just so brilliant to see a community that we've mentioned before and how far it's grown.
And speaking of community, also my Twitch streams are growing, as Mark mentioned. But on a Sunday, I've got a Minecraft world I like to build up.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I've built a few things in it now. But I've been talking to one of my Twitch followers, and there's a possibility that I'm going to be turning the world into a realm
Oh,
where I'm gonna like let the community like start joining me in the
that sounds
Minecraft.
quite a good idea.
Yeah, it's not gonna be for a little while yet. I've got a few things to sort out.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna link it more to my personal Twitter feed for updates on it, with
Yeah, that makes sense.
because it's gonna be more me that deals with it.
Hmm.
Um, but once it's up, I want a few things like in place that I've built first. So when people do join, they could just like come find where I am, and we can just start. Like, they don't have to worry about all the early game stuff. They could just
Yeah.
like they could come to me, and then we'll just poof, get the
You can
ball
make
rolling.
you can make like an adventurers guild where you can come up, stock up,
Yeah,
and
I was
like
thinking of either an adventurers guild, or I'm gonna make like a shopping area.
ah
So
yeah, you could do
you could come in and you buy things, like a commercial district.
that. Hmm.
It's a bit, I will admit, it's a little bit hermit crafty in that sense, but I feel like that'd be quite a fun thing to do.
Yeah, and you can always build like maybe like with adventurers, you can almost have like mercenaries that go out, scavenge for like monster parts and deliver them off.
Yeah, but I'm as I said, I'm not sure where I'm going with it yet. It's
Hmm.
probably not going to be taking effect probably until like later this year or the start of next year.
Yeah,
It's going to be a while away, but it's definitely a plan for a later date.
yeah, because obviously that is quite a big project,
Yeah,
and if you are trying to run a realm with normal people, it's it is tricky,
really is.
but it does sound quite good, and you never know who might turn up, which is the interesting thing.
If you like our content, please consider supporting us on Ko-fi.
So, as you may know, I've recently joined a D&D group.
Oh
Um,
yeah, how's it going?
yeah, it's going pretty well. Well, so I thought. No, just before the last podcast was recorded, that was the day we had our third session.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so it's still pretty fresh for me. Um, and it turns out we were not supposed to survive.
Oh,
Our dungeon master had the full intent, for pure storytelling purpose, of killing our characters and having a god save us, bring us back.
interesting.
And he goes, no,
Interesting.
your guys' quest, your guys' destiny is to defeat this guy. So basically, we've met our final big bad evil guy in the 3rd session.
Oh,
We didn't win. Don't take it the wrong way. We didn't. We were massacred, essentially.
did you have any good tactics?
We no, we took out like that was probably 40 mobs on the board plus the big bad evil guy. Then 5 more wraiths came along.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah, we took about 12 mobs out. So we took out a good bunch, but we decided a little too late to retreat. I got knocked to the ground, like right outside of the retreat bit. So I did the first square, and then frickin' the big bad guy knocked me down in like 1 hit, which is bad because I have the most HP.
No.
I have the highest hit points out of the group.
Ooh.
And he took me out in like 1 hit.
God, that's like One Punch Man.
Yeah, to be fair, we're only level 3 at that point.
Impressive.
So he did like 40 damage on me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just went. So yeah, that happened, but then my first, life-saving roll, I didn't do too well on, so I stayed down. And obviously, I had to wait for everyone else's turn before it was me again.
Ooh.
And by that point, all the bad guys were like too far away from me to be in my way. Then I rolled a nat 20 to save myself.
That's a lucky roll.
Lucky roll. And I played dead. Like, for like 2 turns.
Which is wise.
Which was wise, which let all the other guys who were still near the area either follow my teammates who were hidden, successfully rolled a nat 20 in stealth, or like really high so they could hide, or the other one played dead as well. And I crawled back to the other guys, got some lucky stealth rolls, and we basically survived by the skin of our teeth.
Oh, that sounds like a good adventure.
Oh, it was so tense because we all needed like to roll 16s and higher.
Oh,
like every roll.
oh.
And we were just doing it successfully right at the end.
Talk about luck.
Talk about luck. Like, and we're all level 4 now because we took out a bunch of orcs and goblins and all that. And we didn't take out a single wraith. And we dealt no damage on the big bad evil guy.
Oh, hey, at least a level up and survive.
Level up, survived. We've all chosen like new abilities and new feats for level 4. And it's actually a really fun session. It's going to be a couple more weeks until the next one.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'll be able to update you on the next podcast. But on the podcast after episode 6, I can tell you what happens next.
Yeah, I mean, we can always have like a refresher just to like...
Exactly.
Everyone can like go to the past of our videos to see
exactly. We mentioned. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll make it a recurring feature on the podcast. It's quite fun to just relive it in my head and just knowing, I had full intentions of killing you. Oh, well, we didn't die.
No, never surrender.
So he's just like, well, I have to change the story now because of your roles. It was quite funny. But that's enough about D&D. Mark, what games have you been playing?
So, funny enough, speaking about Dwarfs, obviously with your D&D, obviously as people might have seen on our Instagram and also our Twitter, I post the occasional clips of dancing dwarfs after a mission.
Yeah, which I don't understand the context of because I don't play those games. Why are you posting about dancing dwarfs?
It's the funniest thing is I'll come back to the brig. So you have a mission and it's not the smoothest of operations, no matter how good you are. Because obviously the main aim of the game, you're going down mining for a resource or fighting off the swarms of bugs, or they're nicking the eggs. Maybe to make scrambled egg, we don't know. It's just whatever we do to get paid. Now, the recent thing was I leveled up and promoted one of my characters. So I've got it to level 25, and he's now promoted, which unlocked the deep dives, which are tough, they're fun, and the best thing is I've been able to forge beards from them.
Beards.
Yes,
As in facial hair.
indeed, and weapons. Because the interesting mechanic you got is that once you've unlocked deep dives, they are 2 objectives in each map you go, and you cover 3 operations in one. So first, it's like collecting a resource and killing off 2 like bosses. That makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
And then once you've done that, you hit the recall. The pod comes down, and then you go down to the next one. But the next one might be like, right, you need to fix up some of the broken machinery, and then get some ore. And then the next one could be a mixture of 2, where it's like, right, you've got to fight these creatures. But throughout the mission, depending on how long you take, swarms come in of all the bugs. And it's basically not small one army. You've got a certain amount of ammo at the time, unless you call it a supply drop, which you have to get resources for first.
Oh, that makes
And
sense.
Yeah, and it's intense because like you're firing away, they're outnumbering you, and it's basically such a fun game. So when it works well, I go back to the rig, and I love to dance because the operator will message saying, "You've got good dancing, but the company's not paying you to dance. Get back to work."
What game is
And
it?
this is Deep Rock Galactic. It's a game that I've always been interested in, and I only purchased it this year.
What do you play it on? No, what?
So I play it on PC on Steam.
Ah, it's on Steam.
Yeah.
Never actually
So
bought anything off Steam.
yeah, it was on like a sale because it came out of early access, and it went on a sale for a price. And I thought, well, I always might pick it up. And I thought, all right, let's get it this time and see how it goes. Turns out to be very interesting. If people have paid like the Payday games, which is very similar, which is on all platforms now, you basically have a team of like 4. You go in and like do heists. Same concept, but you're going down into mine shafts in space, and you're basically hunting after ore instead of a bank.
Are there any pigs?
Not that I know of, but there are
Ah,
loot bugs
in
there.
space.
Until pigs fly.
You know, in Minecraft, if you use pistons, you can have flying pigs. I mean, they might die when they land, but you know, they fly for a little bit.
That'd be like a siege in the old days. Right, I shall launch the pigs at your fort.
Yeah,
Oh, that does sound like good.
I love pistons.
But I mean, I love it to pieces, and it's so interesting, and the community is brilliant. I mean, the good thing is, what's very funny is the drinks.
Drinks.
Yes, you can form different drinks in the game, and I think you'll like our next topic after this.
So everybody, Mark did just mention drinks, and
I did indeed.
last week Mark introduced the Versus series, in which we're going to start on our channel soon enough. However, I want to take this opportunity to introduce another part of the channel that we've got coming. We're calling it Bar Snacks.
Aye.
Basically, it's going to be the food and drink section of our channel. Mark and I have both proclaimed foodies. Mark's been bar worker, and he can make like fancy coffees and stuff. Well, he knows the machine that makes it.
Yeah.
And he understands like the proportions. Me, I was a waiter, and I work for a butcher's. So I got quite a foodie sort of feel about me, and we're both big people.
Oh, of course. Of course.
So,
Jolly.
yeah, jolly and foodie. So what we want to introduce to this channel is like foods you can find at a bar, or like some bars will do food, some bars do like side like snacky things. And we're basically going to be introducing like all the finger food sort of things you can find at bars.
Yeah, like a cocktail selection with like some functions you do. You have all like little snack foods and
Yeah. And
yeah.
some American bars are also bar diners.
Oh yes.
So you got to think, you got to be thinking fried chicken, you got to be thinking like brisket.
And
Um,
everyone's favourite, pancakes.
oh, yeah, pancakes. Now, weirdly though, I am not good at making pancakes. But I've heard on the grapevine that you're good at pancakes.
I'm always improving, and I'm always tinkering with mixtures. So I do. I'm nowhere near masterwork, and obviously I'll fail occasionally. But yes, I am really good at doing like pancakes. Now, the favourite type that I like doing is crepes, which is very like from the era like French. They so instead of like America where they're big, like really big, like pancakes, chunky with like maple syrup, these are very thin. You can roll them up, fold them over, and when I spent time in France, you could have like jam, ice cream, fruit, all wrapped up, and it'll be like a food that you take it away with.
I'm more of a savoury crepe person, so ham and
Ah,
cheese sort of crepes.
spinach.
Like, yeah, spinach with cracked black pepper.
Oh, that sounds good.
I prefer savoury foods. I've recently just gotten a mini deep fat fryer.
Oh,
So I'm looking forward to learning how to make things like Scotch eggs, uh,
oh, that sounds good.
proper deep fried chips and fries and
Mm.
crisps, all the good stuff. Fried chicken is a must.
Oh, yes.
Like if you know me, that is my thing. So I'll be looking at thighs and wings especially.
I can guarantee it's going to be a spicy one.
Yeah, the wings will be spicy. The wings will be like spicy, maybe buffalo style.
Ah, not bad, not bad.
So I'm gonna be like picking up recipes, and I'll be doing videos on like food stuff.
Mm.
Mark will be doing videos on drink stuff. He's gonna relearn what he got whilst he was at a bar, like
Yep.
learn the cocktail side of things.
Oh,
We'll
which is fun.
So, yeah, so food is a really fun part for us, and we're really looking forward to adding it to our channel.
Yeah, I mean, and we've always got interesting ideas where we're going to go. I mean, some drinks when I've travelled, I've never realised could exist. I mean, it sounds stupid, but obviously you can add alcohol to like coffees. I mean, obviously you've got an Irish coffee, but the one drink that I loved, which I had when I was in Prague, was a hot chocolate with rum.
Yeah,
So, depending on what rum you wanted, like I recommend like a gold. You don't want a black to be too dark for the palate, but a nice gold, maybe like Captain Morgan, just at the right level. It's very nice. The heat really brings out the alcohol, and it's not unpleasant.
yeah.
It is quite a nice drink.
Someone's recommended vodka and milk to me,
That's interesting because
so I think we'll
I
definitely have to trial that one out on a video, like
wonder,
different things to do with vodka.
I wonder if that's the White Russian.
It could be a White Russian. That is something we'd have to investigate.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll definitely try it out. But
So,
obviously,
as you can see, we don't even know where it's going, but we're both really excited into getting into this topic.
oh, of course.
Yeah. So, yeah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had this weekly feature going on. Mark started it, then he didn't expect me to outdo him like I did apparently last week, but it is time for the jingle. And this week it's Mark's turn, so sorry, buddy.
So, sticking with my theme of verses, welcome to the bar, bro. Everybody loves it. Everybody, bro. Do 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 do. Marvel and DC, manga and anime. Welcome to the bar, bro. Starting with Us. That's it. That's it. I'm sticking with that.
Fair enough. You've jingled the new topic. Interesting.
Indeed.
Oh, that's feeding me ideas for next week or next time, if you
Aye.
catch my drift. So yeah, unfortunately, that's all we've got for this time. As always, Mark and I have really enjoyed making this podcast.
Always a pleasure.
If there's any topics you want us to discuss, feel free to catch us on CM Bar Chats on all social medias apart from Facebook. You can catch me on all social medias at Crispy Sings. Also on Twitch, same name. Also on TikTok, same name. You can catch me pretty much anywhere. I'm like a Pokemon. Very common Pokemon. Yeah, so feel free to catch. The next episode is on the 29th of August.
Good little jingle to go with that.
Yeah, I didn't forget at all. So the 29th of August, we look forward to talking to you all then. Have a
Take
fun
care,
summer.
everybody.
Bye.